Let me first quickly apologize for the impromptu nature of this video, but I'm amidst moving things, and this balance beam is to go to my niece. I'm just about to deliver it to her, and before I do, I want to show you a little bit about it. It's very safe and fun for kids. And I can still do it, and I'll show you how it's constructed. The beam itself is constructed out of 2x4s and a piece of 1/2-inch plywood. This way it makes a square, because the 2x4 is really 3.5, and two pieces that are 1.5 inches each plus a 1/2 inch gives you approximately 3.5. This is the same type of construction that's used in housing framing for headers above doors and windows to distribute a load over a window or an opening in the framing. Okay, so it's supported by 2x4s that are 13 inches tall, so that's how far you would fall if you fell off of it. All of the angles are 45 degrees, and all the way from the outside to the outside is about 29 inches. But again, that's determined by figuring out, by triangulating this distance here and this here. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem to do that. At 13 inches, a squared, b squared, the hypotenuse is c squared. Now I'll send you on your way to figure that out, but let me tell you more about this. The whole length is, okay, it's a little over 8 feet, which means I used 8-foot material to do it. Now looking under the beam, we have another 45-degree angle that comes here and bird's mouths over the frame. And then we fill it in with another one. So the whole thing is nice and solid. You can fasten it together with screws and nails. I usually use both in conjunction with one another, and the reason for that is because screws don't have the same sort of shear strength that a nail does. So imagine that you put a screw in halfway and then you hit it with a hammer, it snaps off. A nail won't do that. But a screw also has that sort of ability to suck two pieces together, which a nail doesn't have. So oftentimes in places like this where there's going to be lots of wiggling and safety is paramount, I might use 2 screws and 2 nails. I covered it with a real thick enamel paint, and I was really careful to sand it nice and smooth. We don't want any splinters or any sharp corners that could bruise little knees or feet. And now to this part. This is a yoga mat, and if you find a standard yoga mat, if you were to cut it in half lengthwise, you should be able to get both pieces, and the seam is in the middle. So one yoga mat ripped down the middle should be sufficient to cover the whole thing. And it's kind of like mouse pad material, which is real nice. It's soft, but it's firm, and it has a good amount of traction too, so I recommend this. I used spray adhesive first to affix it, and let me show you how else it's stuck on there. I used roofing nails. Now we can see the construction pretty well. I just put roofing nails on, I don't know, about every 4 inches, and that's good. That holds it nice and tight. It's not going to slide off at all. I think that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I highly recommend making it. It's a lot of fun for kids, and for you and I. You should be able to do it as well. I hope this is enough information for you. I'm in a bit of a hurry, or I'd go into more detail, but I think you can figure out how to make this. As for the stencil, just find an image that you like and use a knife to cut it out of a piece of masking tape, and then just spray paint the remaining stencil. Hope you got a kick out of this.
practice.